Welcome to Learn Law Better. Wondering how the law school admissions process works? Want to learn more about the process from an insider? Stay to the end as I explain what you need to apply to law school and then how your application is handled by law school admissions. Now don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the episode and click the subscribe button and bell if you don't want to miss any future episodes. Also, let me know in the comments what additional admissions questions you have. Hi, this is Bo Bies, and today I want to discuss law school admissions. Having served on a faculty admissions committee for several years, I've seen lots of student files and talked to many law school applicants. Documents. Law schools use the services of the Law School Admissions Council, or LSAC for short, to compile most of the required admissions documents into a standardized report. You will send LSAC your official transcripts from all colleges, graduate schools, and professional schools you've attended. Some law schools require letters of recommendation, which you will also send to LSAC. Finally, if you've taken the law school admissions test, or LSAT as it's generally referred to, the LSAC report will provide all LSAT data from the previous 5 years. Though the vast majority of applicants take the LSAT, more and more law schools are accepting the GRE as an alternative to the LSAT. Though, unless you are a math whiz, I recommend you take the LSAT. In addition, law schools will want the following documents sent to them directly rather than through LSAC: an application, a personal statement, resume, and an application fee. Once your file is complete, then the law school will review your application. Sorting. Because of the large numbers of applicants, law schools sort students into 3 groups based on LSAT and GPA. There are the presumptive admits, the presumptive denies, and then the maybes in between. The presumptive admits get admitted unless there are any red flags in their files, such as a serious crime or academic dishonesty issues. The presumptive denies are rejected quickly. When I review the presumptive deny files, I glance through them in less than a minute. So don't expect your volunteer service or work experience to overcome a low LSAT and GPA. Admissions work. Most of the work by the admissions department are those applications in the middle and the presumptive admits with the irregularities. The law school wants to admit the most qualified group it can get, but they also need to fill a certain number of seats for its entering class. This is where the game of cat and mouse begins. If you are in this netherworld, you might not hear back from the law school until April or May. Also, the law school knows from prior experience that not everyone it accepts chooses to attend. That's where the waitlist comes into play. The waitlisted applicants are kept in reserve so that the law school can fill in vacancies as they occur throughout the summer and even through the first week of classes. When I attended Georgetown, someone in my section left during the first week of classes when Harvard pulled him from the waitlist. Letters of recommendation. Make sure you get a letter from a trusted source. This person needs to speak about your knowledge, skills, and abilities. Some students will find a senator or a congressman to write a letter as a favor to a relative. But these letters are practically worthless as they don't address the applicant's knowledge, skills, and abilities. In other words, a letter from the President of the United States in your application file isn't going to make up for a low LSAT and GPA. One of the oddest letters I've ever read involved an applicant's next-door neighbor. The letter mentioned that the applicant was a nice person and did a great job mowing the lawn. Now, in law school, mowing a lawn is just not one of the skills and abilities we're looking for. Interviews. Some law schools will ask you for an interview, while at other law schools you can get an informal interview by just showing up at the law school. This is your chance to shine, especially if you're in the waitlist group. For those of you that are in the presumptive admit categories, the key is to just not say anything that's going to cause the interviewer to have concerns about you. Follow the process. When you apply, work with the admissions department. Don't go outside of the process unless your parents have a special connection with someone at the university. For example, if your parent was the roommate of the college president, then your parent may make a call to that person and try to get you admitted. Now, law school admissions departments are used to these kind of admissions, and they always reserve a few spots for these applicants. I know someone who decided the day before classes began that she wanted to attend. So her father made a call and was admitted without any documentation in her file. The documentation came in after classes had already begun. Even though I was on the faculty admissions committee, I was not the point person for applicants. Yet every year I would get emails from applicants explaining to me their special circumstances. Even worse, a couple of times an applicant's parent would call me on the phone and plead their adult child's case to me. That's just never a good thing to do. As you make plans to attend law school, I wish you well. Make sure to watch my other video on law school rankings, which will help you understand how to use the rankings to get you into a better law school. If you enjoyed this material, hit the like button. Also, to avoid missing any future episodes, hit the subscribe and bell buttons. For more resources to help you get ahead, including my blog and newsletter, check out learnlawbetter.com. Thanks for watching.